Infant incline sleepers are now a big topic in the news. The government, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, manufacturers are trying to get the word out about hazards associated with these sleepers. What's happened as of last year, 2019, into this year, is that there have been over 70 reported deaths of infants in these sleepers. These sleepers are at the wrong angle. They're manufactured the wrong way and designed the wrong way, so that infants who are placed in these sleepers, unbeknownst to parents and caregivers, can become wedged into the soft sleepers and potentially suffocate. The manufacturers put these products in the marketplace with inadequate testing, inadequate designs, and so what's happening now, we're seeing the result of that with these deaths and tragedies that have been occurring. Parents and caregivers should immediately stop using these sleepers, understand what the hazards are, what the issues are, what to look for, because the dangers are real, and hopefully the word will get out quickly. One problem, a big problem, with these kinds of situations with defective products, in particular in this instance for infants, for children, is that once they're out in the marketplace, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to get all these defective products back. So, for example, unlike the purchase of a vehicle, where the registration, the purchase papers, other documentation is with the manufacturer of the vehicle, is with the vehicle dealer, when there's a recall issue, when there's an issue, consumers can be reached typically, or certainly most consumers. In instances like this, where you're talking about a consumer product where there's no similar registration process, once that defective product has flooded the marketplace, as here, and it's in schools, it's in homes, there's really no way to put the genie back in the bottle to get these products back. The recall process and the notification associated with the recall is extremely important, but we can't lose sight of the fact that the emphasis has to be on proper design and proper testing by these manufacturers to begin with, so we don't continually find ourselves in these situations with products, defective products, having flooded the marketplace and threatening the lives of infants. So with these types of cases that involve any type of product, including products like infant sleepers that have harmed children and babies, it's really important during the discovery phase of the case, that is the phase where information is being requested from the other side, so from the manufacturers, that all the testing information be obtained. There are very specific ways to accomplish that, again, through the discovery process, but carefully worded inquiries need to happen. You need an attorney who understands where and how to obtain that very detailed and technical information, and just as importantly, how to use that during the course of litigation to ask questions of officials at these companies, because oftentimes we find that in addition to the information that's been made public, there could be potentially other information that the manufacturer has about other deaths, other injuries, or faulty testing as examples that have not been made public. And that's why having an experienced attorney to lead the litigation and to handle and pursue the case is critically important, because all of that information is so important not only for the individual case and our client, but also hopefully to prevent future injuries to other families, infants, to hopefully prevent other injuries from occurring. So these cases, and the way we approach these cases, can become important for changing the culture, the safety culture, how a manufacturer tests, how a manufacturer designs, so that future generations of these products will not have that same defect. The American Academy of Pediatrics came out over a year ago warning about these very products, these infant sleepers, and yet nothing happened. The manufacturers began taking action only when the government, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, started getting involved, and only after the number of deaths started to increase incredibly. So what we're seeing here is a reaction to terrible tragedies by an industry, and now, only now, making changes, issuing recalls, when in reality what should have happened is a more proactive stance. So in other words, before the mounting death count, before infants tragically suffocated, what should have happened is the manufacturers should have understood this product is defective, it shouldn't be out there, we don't want to wait till that first tragedy occurs, never mind the 60th or 70th or 100th tragedy. That's not the way manufacturers should be operating, certainly with respect to our children.
Next subject.
So in any infant death or child death case, it's critically important to have an experienced attorney involved. Swartz Swartz is really the pioneer in product safety matters associated with children, whether it be toys or children's products. We've been looking at these issues for decades. It's critically important that an investigation happen, getting the proper experts on board, getting the proper information from the government agencies that have been involved in the investigation, and aggressively pursuing any leads is very important. We have experience in all those areas, and so tragically, we've seen so many of these instances, whether it be these child sleepers, cribs, I mentioned toys, other similar products, where for whatever reason, these defective products have gotten out in the marketplace. And so investigating how that happened and why it happened requires an experienced law firm and an experienced attorney to be involved. And Swartz Swartz certainly has the experience and the knowledge to pursue these claims, and we implore any families who have undergone or suffered through these types of tragedies to please contact us and let us help.